Are you out of fresh ideas for your DIY projects? Find a number of creative proposals and practical hacks in this video. Do you often use glitter? Then you will always face the problem of scattering it all around. We'll show a craft hack to solve the problem. We'll make an awesome DIY glowing paint. There will be 3 paint tints. Pour some bath foam into the containers. Add glitter, green, yellow, crimson. To make the color more saturated, add a drop of food coloring. Watercolors work well too. We've got a stretching, thick mixture. There are 3 glittering paints. Let's test how they paint. The colors are saturated and eye-catching. There's enough glitter. We can apply several coats to make the color smooth. It doesn't take very long to make the paints, and it's very convenient to work with them. There's no longer scattered glitter all around the surface. You can use these paints either in painting crafts or in scrapbooking. If you want to paint your body, you'll need non-toxic paints. We'll share a safe paint recipe based on foundation makeup. Have you got liquid foundation that doesn't match your skin? Take it as the base. Pump or squeeze half a teaspoon into any covered container. Put in some eyeshadow. The more you add, the more saturated the tint will be. Add 1 teaspoon of face or body cream. Stir well. The bright, smooth, and skin-friendly tint is ready in just a few minutes. You can make any color you need. Just make sure you've got the right hue of the eyeshadow. We've got pink and green. Let's make the 3rd tint in a different way. Add a drop of liquid yellow food coloring and a little of the face cream. Mix well. The paint is smooth and of the vivid hue. Another recipe contains food products which are also safe for your skin. Add 1 full teaspoon of cornstarch. Pour a teaspoon of body lotion, a 1/3 teaspoon of sunflower oil, and a bit of the food coloring powder. Mix it until smooth. Wonderful! We can see the color appearing quickly. Perfect! We've got the bold and saturated hue. The food coloring powder gives a vivid palette. Blue, neon light green, red, and wine-colored. You can continue the color experimentation. These paints are absolutely safe for your skin, spread well, and make a smooth, thin coat so that you could create any desired ornament. They can also be washed easily afterwards. It's perfect for glamorous fancy dress makeup or body art. Use them to create a cool look for a photo shoot. Our today's tutorial is about how to make marbled paper craft using oil paint and solvent. Take a shallow tray for water, white paper and cardboard, solvent, not oil-based, containers for paint, squeeze out a bit of paint, add a solvent. For such an old method of marbling, only oil paints is used. It's better to use natural hair watercolor brushes. Now we need some water. When touching water, the paint remains floating on the surface. This results in fantastic designs. Lay a sheet of paper onto the water surface to capture patterns similar to smooth marble or other stone. Now use your imagination. Mix any colors as much as you want. Marble another sheet of paper. One more unique pattern is ready. Manipulate the floating colors using a brush to create intricate designs.
Paper marbling gives a lot of opportunities for creativity. Several strokes or black and white accents on a water surface may create unique masterpieces. One slight move and we've got a marbled effect on a plain sheet of paper. You can design your own little finest works applying such a non-traditional way of painting. It often happens that quite attractive patterns can be found on the other side of the paper. Now they can be used for scrapbooking or as a separate work taken in a frame and hung on a wall.
Do you like painting? Then you'll definitely find this DIY palette useful. Take a cardstock sheet and outline the palette. It's easy. Just draw a round shape along the edge. Outline a circle and a distinct curve to hold the palette in the bottom right-hand corner. Cut out with the scissors. To make the job easier, use the craft knife to cut out the circle. We've picked colored plastic tops for the paints. 6 will be enough. Set them up on the palette. Attach with the multi-purpose glue. Now the paints will not flow over the palette. It took us just a few minutes to make the convenient palette. Let's paint! We feel like making something beautiful. We'll show you how to create an original pattern using the plastic bottle. Draw a tree. Paint the trunk and branches dark. Use acrylic paints. Now get ready! We're starting up the most intricate step. Take a bottle, dip it in the paint. Let the excess paint flow down. Stamp the big volumetric flowers. Add more. This DIY stamp is easy to make and easy to use. Your fresh spring stamped picture will be ready in a couple of minutes, and it looks gorgeous.
Are you going to copy a picture? Oh, you failed, didn't you? There's a way out. You've got nothing to worry about. We'll show you an easy way to trace a picture. You'll need a pencil and a printed image. Shade a crab. Be careful, shade every detail. Cover the picture with paper and continue shading. Press the pencil well. We've got the crab printed on the other side. Another way to trace an image is pricking. Place a printed out picture on the paper and pierce the outline with a needle. Define the pricked line with a pencil. Here is a dolphin. If you use a thicker needle, you can get a volumetric picture. Such a method is perfect for scrapbook albums. You can trace a picture by paint flicking. Take a dolphin template. Dip a toothbrush in the paint and flick it on the paper using a knife. Keep moving the template. Thus, you'll quickly get the paper of your own scrapbooking design. Prepare oil pastel. Attach the crayons to a wooden cardboard base using hot or multi-purpose glue. Switch on a hairdryer using the highest temperature setting. The hot airflow melts the pastel, creating an unpredictable pattern. Cool! This method can be used to make a colorful picture or decorate a photo frame. If you are a traditional paper mail fan, you'd probably like to know how to seal an envelope using oil pastel. Heat an oil crayon with a lighter until it melts. The wax crayons melt faster. Seal the envelope. You can put in this awesome personalized envelope, a handmade greeting or invitation card.
We have tried to use plants for creating floral patterns in our previous tutorials. Let's continue these fascinating experiments. Take a bell pepper and cut it in half. Cut a bigger one. Choose peppers of different shapes. Dab it with a sponge dipped in acrylic paint. Paint it on white paper. You can dip it directly in the paint and get distinguished imprints. Now, take a flower. Dip it in the paint.
Stamp it on the paper and get an intricate floral pattern. You can make your own scrapbook paper of any color in this quick and easy way. Can you paint cardboard without a brush or a sponge? Do you think it's impossible? We'll show you're wrong. Squeeze some acrylic paints on a piece of thick cardstock. Hold it by one hand. Spread out the paint with another piece by the other. You've got wide color strips. Change the pattern by smudging the paint. When dry, write a word with a permanent marker. You can write some text on the imprint. Use a thin brush and the golden paint. Shade the text with gold. You can use this simple way of painting to make a background for your handmade card or scrapbook.
In this video, we'll share our scrapbooking paper ideas of using soap in watercolor printing. We'll need a bar of soap, watercolors, a brush, water, and glass or any other proper working surface of the kind. Rub a brush on a bar of soap. Cover the working surface with the soap. Add colors. Use your imagination to create a colorful palette. Take plain paper, place it on top. And get this fusion of colors. Continue exploring with color splashes. Put dark accents and mix various colors. Create a magic fall forest in one touch. You can use one color mixture several times to get absolutely different pictures. Add some lines using a felt tip.
You can outline any pattern. It will be an exciting pastime for kids. You can use the prints in scrapbooking.
Now, let's make 3D paints to craft unbelievable pictures and decorations. These paints will contain another unusual ingredient, shaving foam. Add half a glass per each tint. Pour 2 tablespoons of white glue. Be careful to choose the glue of the best quality, white colored and thick. Add the food coloring powder or gouache. Mix until smooth. You can add more coloring if needed. If the mixture is too thin, add more glue. It should be of a whipped cream consistency, stretching like the slime at the same time. You can use these paints to make unique decorations or fabulous 3D pictures. Another 3D paint recipe contains 2 simple ingredients, the white glue and gouache. Add more color to make the paint thicker, so the picture will be more volumetric. Pour the paint onto thick paper or color cardboard. Spread it to cover the sheet. Take a wooden stick to scratch an ornament. Wipe the excess paint with a napkin. Cool! We've got eye-catching red scales. When dry, cut out the scales. Frame it and get a gorgeous interior decoration. This technique can be applied on scrapbooking. Make the scrapbooking paper of your own design. Create any intricate 3D pattern you can only imagine. Do you need to cover something with a thin layer of acrylic paint? Spray it! We'll need a perfume spray bottle. Remove the sprayer. Mix water and blue acrylic paint. Stir it up. Pour in the bottle. When the spray is on, try it on. Place little objects on the paper and spray the paint on top. Remove the objects. The covered areas remain unpainted. The unique DIY scrapbook paper is ready. Write in your comments which idea you liked most. Subscribe to Troom and you'll never be bored. Hit the like and bell buttons. As the bell rings, a new awesome video appears.